concern here, right?
This is just a short question, really, this time. From what I've read, there could be a diversion of an awful lot of water each day from Centerville Lake. I consider Centerville Lake one of the three most important gems, speaking for this entire county and for other peripheral areas, along with Relay for Life and our Jamboree, which are still firmly in place, which is fantastic. But I'm afraid that we're also going to hurt Center Hill Lake by diverting so much of that invaluable, to a good extent, pure water into this use. So I'm asking, would that diversion, have you studied in depth what that diversion would cause as far as water activities around here and the quality of fishing and outdoors, you know, on the water entertainment? That's all. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I didn't quite get finished. I had just a little bit more. Sorry to interrupt again. Again, Randy Brody, DUD customer. You know, I think a lot of the problem here that we've had is there's just been such poor communication and poor upfront information given out, and for everyone to be able to assess. We've had no public forum. We've not been involved in any of the decision making on this. I think most people view your jobs as being as being to give us quality service at the cheapest rates possible. I believe that would be, if everybody would describe your job, I think that would be reasonable. We've had quality water in the past. There's been some problems and things like that, but generally, I've been a resident 55 years. My mother's been here since they put in city water back in the day, and she says that we've not had any real problems getting water in the past. You know, and a lot of this is causing a lot of bad will between the city and the county, and that's unfortunate. We need to all get along. We need to work together. We're one unit here, and we should be all on the same page. And another big problem is if we do sell to Murfreesboro, okay, and let's just say we did have a 2 or 3 year drought, and we pulled a lot of water, and they're using 3 or 4 or 5 more times more than we are. This is what could cause us to have shortages. And I don't know if that's been taken into consideration, but we've been hearing the skies falling and these kinds of things is the reason why we have to hurry and get this done right now. But the point is, we haven't had any real problem getting water. Maybe some of these individual places have, but in general, we've not had any problems getting water. I know Mr. Hugh Washer, he's a quality man, he's a wise man. And Hugh's voted no on this, and he's made it clear that he thinks that I don't know exactly what his opinion is, but about exactly why. But I think it's pretty clear that we don't want to raise the rates on everybody in this. So to me, if you vote yes to carry this out, then you're thrusting higher costs on all the residents of the DUD, and you'll be remembered for this mismanagement. And I think it's a mistake, and I think most people think it's a mistake. And we've not been involved in the process. Had we all been sold on this and we believed it, we would be behind you. But that hasn't happened. It seems like the decisions have been made in a closet, and people haven't been informed and don't know. If there's more to this, then it certainly needs to come out, because all the things I've heard so far sound like they're really not, that this is not needed. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Robin Taylor, and I live on New Home Road. And I've moved up here about 20-something years ago from Lebanon. And I can't see, DeKalb County don't have a lot of rich people. A lot of people's on that fixed income. We've got a lot of elderly people. And our income don't go up. It hasn't gone up in 3 years. And it don't go up much when it does go up. I don't see, I've always heard if anything's not broke, don't fix it. And I don't see us anything's broke the way we're going. And I think we should leave it like it is.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand we get the water from Center Hill Lake. Is that true?
I'm sorry, your name, I'm sorry.
Pat Hoover, Liberty resident. Is it true that we get the water from Center Hill Lake?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard on the radio this morning the lake is down 3.5 feet. What's going to happen if you go supplying some other county? You'll have a mud hole.
That's about right.
Yes, sir.
I'm Dwayne Gamble from Alexandria. That brought something to mind. Say, we're not the only one getting water out of Center Hill Lake. We got Cookville, not sure about Sparta, I don't think Sparta is. But, you get out into, Guthrie, which they don't come out of the lake, but they come out of the lower end, which water gotta go through the lake. And they talk about water problems when all these other counties and all, they grow, and they sucking water out of Center Hill too, just the same as we are. Then, and our dam's in bad shape now, and the water is down. Now, where it ever gets back up to where it once was, and I'm a big fisherman, so I like the water up high, but I ain't seen it high in a long time, and they're still repairing it, and I still see a lot of things, and I talk to them boys every now and then when I'm up there fishing, and I cross there, I get a chance to stop, and I'm not real sure that dam will be here 10 years from now, if it keeps on in the shape it's in now. Of course, they're trying to repair it, but they fix one thing, something else springs up somewhere else, where they're down. Now, they go raising that water back up, if they don't fix the far side in the bluff, and then they holler that we got a sinkhole under the dam. You know, we got major problems there. Much less sucking all the water out of these other counties is coming out of this lake. And if it does happen, then all of us gonna be out of water. Everybody.
Sparta gets
5,000 gallons.
Yeah. It
Sparta
won't
gets
matter
their
then, we'll go back to our creeks and our springs and our wells.
Sparta gets their water from the Calf Keller, which empties into Center Hill, and McMinnville gets theirs from College, which empties into Center Hill. Most of the counties around here do tap into Center Hill Lake. And also, somebody was talking about the water lines, you're losing the water pressure. The county commission has said that in the future, when water lines, when you guys put in for grants, that the county commission has to approve, that they will ask for 6-inch lines. And you guys need to go back. Do y'all even know, do y'all have a map of the water lines in DeKalb County? Do you know what size they are and everything? Because that's funny, because I came over here about last year and asked to see a map of it, and nobody could produce anything. And they couldn't tell me if it was a 2-inch or a 6-inch line on any particular road or anything like that. Could we get a copy of it, or could we have one published in the paper, whether it's a 2-inch line or a 6-inch line?
We'll see. I'm not sure what your point is about the
Well,
size of
the
line.
point is because all these people that are without, I represent 5th District in DeKalb County. You guys probably know that already, because you probably saw me the other day. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm retired military, by the way. But these guys, it's going on the 2-inch line, they need a 6-inch line, and we need to know what the 2-inch and the 6-inch lines are, so that we can go back, and you guys need to look at replacing the 2-inch lines and putting in 6-inch lines. And by the way, we're putting in for a.
I think ours is 4-inch, but it ought to be 8-inch.
It ought to be a 6, or
Yeah.
I think that 6 is about the largest that anybody in the county got.
Anyway, it's way
And
too
every
small.
time that y'all ask for the county commission to put in a water line for a different place, when the county commission votes on it, I do make a proposal if they put fire hydrants in on these lines too. They do appropriate enough money to put fire hydrants.
Yes, ma'am.
Since everyone in the county is pretty well against all this, why can't you do like the telephone company did one time? Let everybody vote on it and get what the majority of the people want.
Here we go, take care of it. Problem would be
And,
solved.
and while you're doing that,
Not run it over.
why can't the people that's got the water taps vote on who their representatives are instead of sending it to the county commission? That would be a lot. Yeah. That way you guys would have to answer, and you'd be more likely to answer to the people.
Maybe they wouldn't hang up the phone.
That's what happened when DTC was trying to go public and everybody wanted it. The next election, everybody was for it. They did away with it.
What time will questions start being answered?
Well, when they're stopped being asked.
Okay.
Anybody out here have any other questions they want to address the board?
I have a quick point
Yes, sir.
about the, when fire hydrants are put in, I believe a person's homeowner's insurance usually drops a little. That would, if they got an increase in their water bill at that time, it wouldn't be hitting them as bad if they had fire hydrants.
you gotta live in so many feet of the hydrant and be within a 5 mile radius of the fire hall, the fire truck's gonna let, yeah.
Okay.
Well, most rural water systems like this, we're not designed, don't have the water capacity or the pressure to provide fire protection. Most of the fire hydrants you see out there, the best use they can be is to fill a truck up and then that truck goes by the fire. It's a misnomer. In fact, insurance rates aren't really lowered because you've got a bunch of fire hydrants out there. In fact, the city of Auburn, we had to go through and paint all ours a different color because they're not valuable for fire protection. They're there to blow off or to fill trucks. Now, they're good to fill trucks with, but in terms of fighting the fire to lower your insurance rate, that's not gonna happen.
I got one.
Yes, ma'am.
It seems like I've heard today, all these problems that we're having, looks like y'all are really focused on the problems and solve them instead of worrying about getting a new plant. There's so many problems going on in the county.
It's not what people want. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. What is the incentive to do this? Is there any federal government monies
I'm
coming
gonna try to
to do
answer some of
this?
that in just a minute. Yes, sir.
Several weeks ago, there was 17 feet of your water line exposed, washed out of the way. They called the people from the water department to come and look at it, which they did. And they asked, are you going to cover it or fill it in? Their attitude is no. If you want to do it, go ahead, but we're not touching it. What kind of attitude is that? Does it flow downhill from your people?
Where's this at?
Silver Point.
What's exposed over there? I wasn't aware of anything being exposed.
Left hand better tell the right hand what they're doing.
What road?
It wasn't on a road, it's just offside of the road between
What road?
Lefevre Ridge.
Were there new constructions going on?
Pardon me?
Was there new construction going on?
No.
Is it still exposed?
Yes.
I need to get with you after the meeting, then. I just wasn't aware.
That's happened twice now.
Yes, sir.
John Daniels. I think there's a little bit of misunderstanding with a lot of people about where the money comes from. Just because it's a grant, still our money. I don't care where it comes from, it's still our money. We're all putting the money in, so the government turns around and gives it back to us. Big deal. So don't think it's free. No money is free.
Let me ask you.
money, that's what way I feel about it.
If we don't get our share of it, you think they're gonna give it back to you?
Well, they should.
Well, that's not what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I don't know that, but I'm
No,
just saying,
you know
I want
they
every-
won't. Someone else will get it.
There's a
That's why I want-
misunderstanding.
Well, I
That
want
people
my fair
think this-
share of it,
I
because
know.
I know they're not gonna give it back.
Well,
Somebody else, somewhere else will get it.
Well,
They
that
won't
may
give
be
it back.
true. That may be true, and that's unfortunate, but that is.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I have a question. Has the council, have they considered getting a grant to fix these problems across, as we say, across the river, across the bridge? Fix those problems, need to be fixed, and we need to continue
In
to
Silver
have.
Point area,
Yes,
unfortunately,
wherever it is.
well, we have tried hard, and whether believe it or not, we are concerned about the bills at Silver Point. We've looked at every possible way that we can handle that. The problem is the misinformation out there. It was over $500,000 to put that pipe on that bridge. No water line, just a pipe. We have no water line to it, have no water line on the other side of it. If we had gone through the whole process of hooking that up, putting the pipe across the bridge, putting the water line, the whole bit, probably everybody's bill, the whole district would have had to been doubled just so that you all could have a cheaper rate. And that's unfortunate that your rate's higher, but that's the name of the game. And we can't get grants because that doesn't serve new customers, that's existing customers, and you don't get grants for existing customers. You get grants for new customers.
For a water line?
Yes,
A water line
yes,
across
sir.
the bridge, and you reconnect it on the other side? and
But we're not there
Shut
yet.
it off on Baxter?
Well, how are the people on the Smithville side of the bridge getting water if it ain't there yet?
How far are we from the bridge now?
We come down to the park, craft center on one side and the.
There's the craft
just
center, it's
over
right
the
over
bridge.
the
Just over the bridge.
And on the
If
other
you- if
side,
there's water
it's all
on the
west,
side.
where you turn off to go to Harrington, or the boat docks.
There's about.
And the construction company and engineers that run the bridge said it would be $200,000, not
$200,000 for the
For the
casing
line.
alone.
Just the
They look
casing,
everything
not
up.
the pipe, just the
$800
casing.
to $1 million.